It's Adam with Theros Media, and today we're looking at Progressive Heating and Air for our Google Ads breakdown. So they are advertising for ductless HVAC, so ductless heating and cooling, and they're running a mini split ad, installation ad. Doesn't say mini split anywhere in the ad, but then going to an air conditioning landing page. So I have a couple tips for them. How do they improve this so they can double their effectiveness, so they can double their conversions, double their estimates coming in without having to increase their budget. So first things first. Run your ads to a landing page that's relevant to what your ads are speaking to. So you should have a keyword relevant ad and a ad relevant landing page. Now it looks like this is an advertising website, which is okay. And you do have mini splits on here. So it just looks like, for whatever reason, maybe it was a copy and paste error, but the mini split page wasn't associated with this ad. So just tie the two together. Usually that's the case with a bad campaign structure. So a lot of times companies, even professional advertising companies, get this wrong a ton of times, especially because they haven't been in the industry. I know, since I run an HVAC company, that you need to have different campaigns for different service lines because they have different cost per leads, they scale differently, all the above, all that type of stuff. So a ductless campaign should be in its own, or ductless service line should be in its own ductless campaign, because the cost per lead is going to be different and needs to be different than, let's say, an air conditioning repair lead or air conditioning installation lead. AC installs, the average value for a customer is $3,500. The average value for a customer for ductless is $7,900. So the cost per lead needs to be different. Air conditioning needs to be lower, while ductless has a little more leeway for cost per lead. So the problem is everything's grouped into one campaign. You can't scale up or down. You can't really see what's working for specific keywords because everything's getting cannibalized by each other. So break out different budgets, different campaigns. You can use our tool. I'll link it in the description below. It'll be the advertising directory. We use it to help our clients figure out their cost per leads that they need and help us focus on what their budgets are for those campaigns. You don't have a Facebook pixel installed on this advertising website, which is a problem because you are advertising on Facebook. You do have it installed on your website though, so that's a good thing. Everything looks good with your Facebook homepage. No one's advertising for your keywords now, but I will let you know that you have heating and air inside your brand name, so you are going to want to have a brand campaign built out for your Google Ads, especially when people search for your name. I don't see it right now, searching in the San Diego area, but you can see here that other related searches are other brands in your area. So I'm going to assume that throughout the day, they show up for your brand name, and you're going to need a branded campaign to keep that from happening, keep them from stealing your search traffic. We usually see about a 25% bump in branded search traffic from a brand campaign. And brand campaigns are usually not that expensive either. Cost per clicks are really low. So get a brand campaign built out for your Google Ads because it's going to stop your competitors from cannibalizing your search traffic coming for your brand name. Your Facebook page is updated pretty frequently, which is great. Love this. A lot of times contractors don't do this. I usually recommend once every 2 weeks, but you're doing, it looks like once every couple of days. So that's a good thing. It looks like once a weekday, which is a good thing. Now you are advertising on Facebook, and this looks like a standard ad we would see from an ad from a company that's running their advertising, your advertising for you. Looks like it's a lead form built out, so that's a good thing. And these ads do work, even though they do get tired. This is kind of the standard we see because a course told them how to do it. So there have been a lot of courses recently showing this specific style ad. Even though we use them in a slightly different way. Calling out the people in your area, a specific offer. I mean, this type of campaign works well. But this doesn't need to be the only thing you use, and this definitely doesn't convert the best. We've seen installation campaigns work a ton better than this type of campaign. This is just a little uncreative in my opinion, but I still use them here and there. We still test them these type of campaigns, we still test them out. But let me get back on the advertising. Retargeting is going to be important because you're sending people to your, you're getting the expensive clicks from Google. So an air conditioning installation clicks usually cost about $8 or so. You're getting the expensive clicks from Google, but you're not retargeting them on Facebook. Facebook's usually the easiest because it requires the least amount of traffic, and it's usually the easiest to get started with because you can use pretty much anything as a retargeting ad. Like anything like images, video, GIFs, all that type of stuff. But that's kind of like sending out a designer to someone's house, giving them an estimate, and then never following up with them. You don't want to do that. You shouldn't do that with your advertising. Take about 20% of your marketing budget and put it towards retargeting. And you'll double your estimates coming in just by taking that 20% and getting people back to get an estimate from you throughout the month. So hopefully you can take this and work with it. I know I harped a little bit about Facebook advertising. This, in my mind, it's a little uncreative because that's the only thing they're doing. It doesn't look like they're testing out anything else. You can see the different versions of this ad. So it looks like it's the same ad. Yep, same wording, same everything. Maybe different targeting, maybe. But it's just, in my opinion, a little uncreative because you should have a lot of different campaigns going on one time, testing out which one works the best. Some aren't winners, but some are. And we are getting leads. I mean, over the weekend, yesterday, just as an example, we have different budgets for different like service lines inside Facebook as well, because you can scale up and down easier. And our service line for one of our contractors in Baltimore, we are advertising ductless specifically. We have heat pump, ductless, and tankless advertising right now. And then the ductless specifically, everything's doing well. Lead costs are under about $40 for everything overall. But yesterday, they got 5 leads in for $50. So the cost per lead was $10 or so. It was maybe $56 I think $56 a day is our budget for that campaign. 5 leads in, makes your lead cost $12. And it wasn't one of these as it did it. So it's just a little uncreative in my opinion. But anyway, I know I've done it long enough. Get back to what I actually came here for. Doubling your advertising, making sure that the landing page matches the ad is going to be important. Retargeting is going to be important for you. And if you didn't mean to advertise for this, it looked like you did because it had a mini split inside here. But I don't see mini split inside the descriptions at all. So maybe, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure how the campaign set up. It looks like it was a copy and paste job. It's just going wrong. So those are 2 things. Making a landing page match and then retargeting. A brand campaign is not going to double your conversions, but it'll definitely help a long way throughout the month. So those 2 things will help you a ton. Keyword pruning is going to be helpful. Ductless heating and cooling is not that great of a keyword, so if you're showing up for it, I know you're not really keyword pruning that well. Keyword pruning is just taking out certain terms that don't convert over 60, 90 days for contractors specifically, and leaving in the ones that do. Back in September, we got a contractor, spent $2,300 on Google Ads, got back $91,000 back in revenue because of keyword pruning. Keyword pruning is definitely going to be extremely helpful for you. So hopefully this helps you. Hopefully you take it to make more money, and we'll talk to you soon.